Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Destro Reborn. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that. Ciao. Ciao time.
Tonight I challenged myself to go up to 5 guys that I thought were attractive and see what happens. I went up to 4. Okay. Okay, where do I start? The first guy I went up to, I straight up asked him eventually. I said, what do you really think about me? And he just, so cute. Okay, such a nice guy. He honestly said, though, I'm just not attracted to you. Damn.
This is one thing about, again, Asian women that are in the West. They are the most sought after, right? They're the most, I guess fetishized too. I don't want to use that word really because I don't think it's really a fetish. It's just people enjoy Asian women. So she had all of these abundance of options, but again, not everybody enjoys Asian women. So when these women get rejected, it's like the end all be all of like their looks. Oh, I guess I'm ugly.
And I gave him a hug. I thank you so much for being honest with me.
So it's almost a year later. It's now March 2025, and I'm doing a dry March. I don't think I have to explain more as to why.
And then after that, I went somewhere else, just outside 7-Eleven where I got my toasty. There was a guy that I saw like 3 times. He had a New York Yankees hat. Oh, I also went up to another guy at the techno club. Got his Instagram too. They're all gonna be a full moon party, but I'm gonna be fucked up there, so who knows what happens. But I'm proud of myself for trying. This is rejection therapy, but it is what it is. I don't think I'm ugly. I'm fine. Beauty is subjective, so it's just not the right people, but I will find my mans. But it's not tonight, and that's okay. I will have my toasty and my water and go to sleep.
It's actually really funny to look back on that. I forgot I recorded that. I actually proceeded to FaceTime my friends, my guy friends after, and they really helped console me and make me feel less unattractive. But honestly, I was in the midst of figuring out that it doesn't matter what other people think about me. Like, beauty actually is subjective. I wasn't even saying that, even though I was drunk. So I understood. That version of Ali understood. But I've come a long way now. Because of that exercise really does help. So for anybody watching, I actually do recommend you try rejection therapy. And liquid courage, like, it works. It helps. You don't care as much.
Okay, I want you to imagine yourself as a 5'5" man. However, there is one secret that women have learned about you. They realize if they call you tall, there's a good chance you might just give them money. So you walk through life unaware of this. And random women will periodically approach you and compliment you on how tall you are. They ask you, do you play basketball? How can you fit in the back of that taxi cab? Do you get your clothes specially made because you're so tall? So many of these random compliments that
At first, I didn't understand where he was going with this. Now I totally understand.
you start to believe it's true. Well, because you now identify as a 6'6" man, you start considering leaving your job as an accountant to live out your dream as the second coming of Clyde Drexler. You leave your average-looking girlfriend because, as a tall man, you require at least an 8 or maybe
Right?
an 8.5. However, even though you have brainwashed yourself so effectively into believing that you're a 6'6" man, your surroundings don't match your expectations.
Nope.
Because in reality, you're still a 5'5" man. And this is something you can't change. This is the plight of most modern women, brainwashed by the phenomenon we know as predatory.
Dude, Destro, shout outs to you. Give this man some support. Go sub to his channel. Go watch all of his videos. They are hilarious. This was such a great flip around. Yes, if men were just gaslighted the whole time but about their height, it would be something similar, but reality dictates reality. What your results are is what reality is.
Generosity, compliments given to women as bait to access those sweet sugar walls. Yes, I'm talking to you because you have committed acts of, performative altruism, so to speak, to smash some coochie to smithereens.
I'm sure all of us have done this.
This is why, even though they are 4, 5s, and 6s, they believe they deserve 10s. This is also why they end up either alone or trying to swing on a branch of hypergamy that can't handle their weight. For example,
How old are you? Imagine just trying to swing off and just That's women, right?
Ladies,
I'm 49, 40 fine.
I'm 22.
Has dating gotten easier for you or harder?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
Why do you say that?
Because I just left my husband.
Is your sex drive still as high as it was when you were her age?
Oh my God. It's higher, baby. Higher. Like at 22, I had no idea what was going on. At 45, yeah.
Now you know exactly how to pleasure a
I know
man.
exactly what to tell you, where to go, how to get there. And a little then more and then some.
I mean, you like a young guy, right? Not just
Look at her trying to act young and just, you know, I'm just a beautiful young girl. Give it up, lady. You're a has-been. You're washed up.
it's all
I
about.
wouldn't mind trying that out.
Might as well have some fun while you're still here.
Listen, I met my husband 20 years ago.
Let's
when
not
we
talk
were
about
both
that.
Young.
I'm in Miami for the weekend. You know what I'm saying, sweetheart?
I remember what a young boy
Brothers
tastes like.
trying to-
I wouldn't mind
trying-
tasting that again.
Jamaican chocolate?
I love that. Yes.
We are on an island. We might as well.
Fucking desirable truth. I love it. He like reminds me of my good friend
I mean,
Kevin.
we're tropical people, aren't we? I'm Dominican.
All right, so when are we going to send the little kid home? You know what I'm saying? Like, the hotel
mean,
room is back there,
She's
baby.
my roommate. I could send her home, but no.
Yes, our brother Brandish
How desperate is that right there, right? And our brother would have ran through that so easily. Shout out to Desirable Truth.
the Jamaican accent on cue. Well played. Now look at this 49-year-old woman attempting to hit the club with her 22-year-old accomplice, bragging about her sexual prowess on social media for attention, like a drunken sailor. I ask you, what does she plan to achieve on this night? She is only fencing practice for a young man that has a fetish for MILF women, like our brother here doing the interview, who has intentions of putting both of her legs behind her neck. For yoga, obviously, not for missionary.
Of course.
Now, if you're a
of
man
course, yoga.
in his 40s,
Yoga.
you couldn't possibly see a
Pilates.
future with this bumbling fool. Maybe you might want to see if you could touch her tonsils with your third leg, but that's about all she's useful for. Worst off, imagine if this was your ex-wife, embarrassing your last name and creed in this manner. Blasphemy. That's why I always say, a woman you associate with or recognize as your woman is your diplomat. She represents you and what you stand for. Choose wisely, my brothers. Trust me, even younger women are sick and tired of being used for sex.
I'm about to be 29 years old in less than 2 months, and I've never experienced romantic love. I've never been in a long-term relationship, and that's embarrassing as fuck for me to admit.
Translation. I am a 29-year-old woman that is about to start my pilgrimage up the wall of no return. At first, it was fun dating men without expectation.
Hey, you forgot, Destro. She also was in the streets for a while before she came to the conclusion of the wall in her face.
I also judge my worth with the same scale men use, aka my value is based on the amount of Chads and Tyrones that I have slept with, not on how many of them actually stayed with me. But this got old fast because I'm not built like a man, and I am tired of being used like a disposable toy. I'm really ashamed by this epiphany and the fact that none of these men actually wanted to get to know me better.
Even more embarrassing and feels even more ick to admit is that I would like to experience that, and I actually wish for it. The longest time, I know that I have put on the facade of ill, love, gross, cringe. People ask, oh, have you been dating? No, I can't be bothered. It's not that I can't be bothered. I don't know what's stopping me other than the fact that I live in Florida, right?
No, what's stopping you is pride, hubris, and cognitive dissonance. Also, your faith to the feminist manifesto and the unforgivable sin of trying to decenter your only connection to the heavens, aka man.
Now, but I think admitting it out loud though, saying that I've never experienced romantic love, it feels embarrassing because it validates all the shit that my mind tells me about myself. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not good enough.
I only agree with you because you say it, right? I'm not trying to put her down or anything. But when you're that deep into your own thoughts that you believe that about yourself, it manifests and it becomes true.
No, I think you suffer from a lack of sexual
Discipline.
That too.
That's the first issue at hand. And yes, I agree. Maybe you're not good enough, but not in the way you're framing it. Yes, my stomach can't digest such victimhood. But regardless, maybe you need to work on being a better girlfriend. Work on pleasing a man in places other than the bedroom. Again, I'm assuming that you're not a pillow princess with all your practice. Learn what makes men feel comfortable. Seek knowledge from women that are in long-term happy relationships. And most importantly, respect a man's thoughts. Maybe start there instead of the woe is me script. As the hood vernacular states, you're dragging it. To all of my New York heads, did I say it correctly?
Yeah. Just a 29-year-old girl who's been single her whole life, and I think
You see here? Just a 29-year-old girl. What happened to the strong independent? All of a sudden you're just a girl. After you hit the wall.
I've gotten so comfortable
No, now you're just an old woman.
with that it's just this comfortable space, even though it's not the space I want to be in. I do want the experience, the love, but you just end up getting so comfortable with what you know that even if you want more, lust for more, long for more, it's like, well, this is how I know my life to be, so whatever.
You're still a failure. But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy.
You know, I'm not envious much, but I am envious of Lord Destro and his wordsmithing abilities. Oh my gosh, this man is so good with his jokes, his like innuendos, everything just hits on point. I mean, as a guy that like tries to understand everything that he's doing, like all his little jokes, and I do understand a good chunk of them, he's a genius. Give the man some support. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I can get it.